Hello everyone. We have our news for the week, so let's go through it. Maintenance, normal time as usual. Ending with maintenance is the 3 lower realms and the Chronicle battle Shura Fellspirit. So if you haven't finished farming those or getting them cleared, do that before maintenance. There's a lot of lapis in the lower realms to be had, and it's not too hard overall. And this week is some story units. So we're getting 2 Neo Visions and an NVA. Standard shop stuff for them. They share the same card, so it's only one new card showing up. So maxed out, 140 attack, which is kind of on the high side for a non-premium. And the abilities is just LB fill rate. So maxed out, it's 200% LB fill rate with the 140 attack. It's an okay card overall if all you want is the attack on it. Their event is going to be a raid event. So we do get some items as usual. So accessory, 40 attack. And then it's got 50% double hand attack and 1 limit crystal per turn. The other one is 50 with just 50% double hand attack, which the 50 one's pretty nice overall. The 40 is like some old 5-star TMs, supers and stuff. Killers, so 50% plant killer is not bad. Then we get 50% machine kill with 30% attack and magic. Always nice to see killers with attack and magic on it. And then the last one is 50% limit damage and 25% double hand attack. 50% limit damage is nice. 25 double hand attack is kind of annoying. Those odd numbers are always 75, 25. But if you want to use a 25, with the 75, it evens out. And we do get a little challenge against the Consume the Mega Spawn. So another mystery crystal in that and everything. And the bonus units, pretty decent. The new units, obviously, and then a bunch of old units. So for the most part, a lot of people should be able to get a full bonus team going. Alright, so the banner itself, we're getting Rhus, Neilikka, and Nerine. So overall, they're okay units. Honestly, none of them I feel like are chase-worthy. But they're doing the step up with the item ticket at the end. The shop isn't getting anything new, it looks like. It's just everything that's there from the last time. And then the extra step up to finish for a pity, if anybody's going for that. So they're Brave Shift, they're not true Brave Shift. They get a few turns in the shift form. And pretty much pure attackers. So first up for Rhus. Super is nice. I mean, it's heavy armor, 150 attack, but Brave actually is only units. 45 defense. For Rhus, he gets the 500 attack. Everybody else can get 100% LB fill rate. Regular Trust, two-handed sword at 180 attack. Water Elemental. And he gets 500 flat attack and 100% machine killer. Everybody else can get 100% beast killer and normal attack hits twice. And for Neilikka, same thing for her overall. She gets the Brave Shift for just a couple of turns. Both forms are attackers. And her stuff is very similar. So instead of heavy armor, she gets light armor. Brave X's only units, 150 attack, 45 defense. She gets 500 attack and boosts some of her skills. Everybody else can get just the 100% fill rate. And then the regular Trust is a two-handed fist, 180 attack, 100 defense. For fist weapons, it's good if you don't have any of the other stuff. Lightning Elemental locked, however. And she gets 500 attack and 100% machine killer. Everybody else can get stone killer 100% and normal attack hits twice. And Nerine gets her NVA, and I don't see any global upgrades listed. So her trust and everything stays the same that we've had. We can take a look at their kits real quick on JP. So first up is the NVA. Now, I do like this unit, but honestly, her NVA doesn't give her enough. She gets perma triple cast, which helps out a ton. She gets a cooldown to fill limit and give herself 200% LB damage, and she gets a 72x modifier bolting wind move. As far as passive, she gets her auto attack upgraded and then gets the standard autofill limit and 500 attack. So her base kit really doesn't get anything added to it. Even the limit burst really doesn't change for the NV. I was hoping that they'd give her like some base modifiers or something. And then in the shift form, she's better, but she's not super powered. So she still has her bolting, LB fill, triple cast. She gets a little wind boost for herself. And her big thing is to use her limit. So it's 130 wind down, 160 will stack once up to 230x modifier, one hit, and then also give the team 90% elemental buffs for 2 turns. So that'd be nice if we could spam it, but unfortunately she only gets 4 turns in the Brave Shift before having to wait 4 turns to go back. So she is usable, but she's not super powered. Take a look at Rhus next. So again, 4 turns in Brave Shift, has to wait 4 turns. So he's stuck in the Brave Shift for 4 turns, then he's got to wait the 3 turns to go back. So he does get his little booster, can give tag attack to his water move, it looks like, bolting water, 80x modifier. Increase limit, increase LB modifier by 40, give himself a little bit of water boost. It being only 40 at this point is, I mean, we see a lot of 45s for self boost, but that's fine. He does have a bit of killers, plants, aquatic, dragon, machines. And he's a double hand unit, obviously from the two-handed weapon. So base limit 13 hits, sword resist down 25, gives himself 150 machine killer, 130 water down, 200x water hit, so he's locked to water. And then he increases his limit burst by 50 until he dies from using the limit burst in the base. And then in the shift, so he has a lot of the same stuff. He does get a Magnus to fill his limit, give himself 300 attack. He gets a machine killer, still has the bolting move. And then in his shift form, 2 hits. So first hit is against machines, 70x modifier, and the second is 200x to anybody, locked to water. So between using his base limit and the cooldown, you can add 90x to each of those. Obviously, the machine one is only effective if you're hitting a machine. So he'll hit okay. Compared to the global units that we've gotten recently, though, he's not going to deal as much damage. And Neilikka is pretty much the same thing. So Rhus locked to water, she's locked to lightning, and they both have essentially the same issue. So she gets a cooldown to boost lightning by 40%. She gets a 700x modifier to her 700x cooldown skill here. So she can get a decent hit in there in between limit bursts. She does get cooldown to add 50 to her limit burst. And then her base limit burst, fist resist 25% down, lightning 130 down. And then it's got a 100x lightning physical would ignore defense. Hopefully that's fixed, seeing Wiki lists it as a bug value. And then increase limit against certain types, 90x. So I'm assuming this is only going to really affect her shifted limit. And in the shift, still got pretty much her setup cooldown stuff. Lightning bolting. She also gets a machine killer. And the big downside to her shifted limit is both hits are locked to type. So first one's locked to stones, second one's locked to machines. 140 on each hit. So base limit should add 90 to each of those, and then her cooldown can add another 50. But the fact that they're both locked to types means outside of those types, her shifted limit is useless. So against those types, she'll deal a decent amount of damage, but outside of that, you're not going to be using her too much. And again, because of the global units that we've gotten recently, her damage isn't going to touch them. So that is our new units. And we do have an update. So they took away the flag bearer's tenant on the new ring. And it looks like maintenance, they're going to fix it. They had to change it from unit types to active allies, which is pretty much the same deal that we have on like Sylvie's and Wilk's card and everything. So, I mean, it's not a bad effect. It gives a decent amount of morale overall. But that will be back with maintenance. So that's all the news we have for this week. Overall, for the banner, unless you're somebody that has to collect everything or really like the units, I'd probably say skip this week's banner. I mean, compared to the global units, they don't really stack up. They're not limited. And honestly, pulling them off banner is perfectly fine. If you really like them and want to go for them, though, good luck to you. Me, personally, I'm going to skip pulling this week. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.